Hello all. Charismatic Mexican cartoonist extraordinaire Gelada, here recording an update for the kind people that have backed or are considering backing my ongoing Kickstarter campaign for the graphic novel adventure In Hell. If you choose to spare a bit of your hard-earned dough and get the adventure reward tier and above, you will not only receive the first chapter of In Hell, but you will also receive weekly art updates that you may walk alongside yours truly, Johnny and the gang, as they venture forward into the bowels of hell, onwards toward destiny. I don't want to spoil what happens in the story with these updates, so I will craft them in a way that, while granting a hopefully enticing and exciting peek into what lurks ahead, they will not reveal too much. I want you to have something to look forward to every week. Constant content, as they call it nowadays, is the way to go. I also like the idea of being able to imagine something that is yours completely, to inspire things that may be different to the finished product. I will talk briefly then about a slice of hell, here and now. Weekly updates will vary and will include video, images, voice recordings, and other materials. What follows will give you a general idea of what to expect. Here it goes. For this weekly update, I will share the following sequence, 4 pictures all, and talk about some of the ideas within it. The sequence showcases Dear Dexter, the mathematician, the nerd, materializing in hell. His hair is the first thing to appear, and from said hair, the human organ he favors, the central piece of his project. In the case of Dexter, intestines and brains come together to endlessly process and digest. They look similar, don't you think? It reminds me of the famous meme where a politician described the internet as a series of tubes. Such a beautiful description of the labyrinth of language. Dexter's guts and brains organized around a particular idea, the number pi. Pi is a mathematical constant that is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, approximately equal to 3.1. The number pi appears in many formulas across mathematics and physics. It is an irrational number, meaning that it cannot be expressed exactly as a ratio of 2 integers. Consequently, its decimal representation never ends, nor enters a permanently repeating pattern. The grand goal of great minds since the dawn of history has been to square the circle. It's another way of saying to figure out the relationship between heaven and the material world. Many cultures give great importance to the contrast between these two shapes. Endless art has been produced exploring this particular mystery. Squaring the circle is a problem in geometry first proposed in Greek mathematics. It is the challenge of constructing a square with the area of a circle by using only a finite number of steps with a compass and a straight edge. The difficulty of the problem raised the question of whether specified axioms of Euclidean geometry concerning the existence of lines and circles implied the existence of such a square. In 1882, the task was proven to be impossible as a consequence of the Lindemann-Weierstrass theorem, which proves that pi is a transcendental number. That is, pi is not the root of any polynomial with rational coefficients. Pi will go on, into an eternity of eternities. The expression squaring the circle is sometimes used as a metaphor for trying to do the impossible. The problem of squaring the circle has been mentioned over a wide range of literary eras, with a variety of metaphorical meanings. Its literary use dates back at least to 414 BC, when the play The Birds by Aristophanes was first performed. In it, The character Meton of Athens mentions squaring the circle, possibly to indicate the paradoxical nature of his utopian city. Dante's Paradise contains the verse, "As the geometer his mind applies to square the circle, nor, for all his wit, finds the right formula, however he tries." For Dante, squaring the circle represents a task beyond human comprehension, which he compares to his own inability to comprehend paradise. Dante's image also calls to mind a passage of Vitruvius, famously illustrated later in Leonardo da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, of a man simultaneously inscribed in a circle and a square. Dante uses the circle as a symbol for God, and may have mentioned this combination of shapes in reference to the simultaneously divine and human nature of Jesus. I wanted to paint a cruel yet heroic picture of man, determined to continue a project he knows to be without end. Look forward to Dexter alongside his brethren, blossoming into a lord in hell.